A mother whose child has a visual impairment and an early interventionist continue a routines-based interview. They sit side by side facing one another. Both people are seen. The early interventionist points to the yellow pad of paper he holds.
Is there anything else then that is important about your day-to-day life with your family? Or have we kind of covered things?
We've covered that.
Okay.
The early interventionist leans forward to show the mother what is written on the pad of paper. The mother looks on.
What I'd like to do now is to go back through the things that you mentioned that seemed as though they might be important for working on, since we're in this thing together with a team of people who can help us here. And then after that, I'm going to ask you just to pick, not just draw from that list, but this is just to be a reminder of the major points. And then I'm going to ask you what your priorities are, what you'd like to be on our plan.
Okay.
You with me? Okay. You mentioned that when Annie is at the high chair, she's picking things up pretty well this way, but that she might be ready to start picking up in a more efficient kind of way. When she's playing on the floor, you described her floor as fairly simple play, that she isn't actually using toys in any sophisticated way, so that might be an area as toy play. This is Elizabeth doesn't want to get out of the car, and so trying to sort of figure out that whole, how to make it easier for Elizabeth to go to preschool was something you mentioned. You responding to other people when they seem to stare or notice Annie's eyes. Annie is sitting nicely, but she doesn't get to sitting yet on her own. So it looks, she should be about ready to learn how to do that. And she's beginning to get on her knees, and I'm going to put that also with this issue that you would like to see her moving independently. So we're not quite sure how she's going to do it, but right now she doesn't have a very good way of moving independently. A possibility is for you to meet other people with kids at the same ages as yours. At bath time, Annie isn't reaching out for toys. Not that that's a big deal, but at some point she will, presumably. Elizabeth pushing the bedtime issue is something you mentioned, makes the end of the day not as pleasant as